The next lecture, which is lecture 15, is measures of central tendency and dispersion, or we call that measures of data. Now, your measures of central tendency is like your average, and that is your mean, median, and mode, which is like the representative value of all the data that you have. Dispersion is actually the spread of data, and in real life we're always collecting data all the time. Now the question here is, we're not going to do the actual work. I'm just going to direct you about what you should do, because you're not going to get really all these different types of questions in your NBT. Now here it says let us give the interval in which the median is. Now firstly you need to do the midpoints, right? The midpoint, sum of the two divided by 2, and then so you need to get the midpoints, and then once you've got your midpoints, then you've got f of x. You've got to multiply your midpoint, right, by your frequency, and that you'll get your other values. And then your cumulative frequency, I take it all of you know, 7, and then 7 plus 9 is 16 plus 10, and when you finish off you should get your 40. And once you've done that, then in terms what we've done now, I've shown you something different. 7, the actual interval is between 160 and 165 for 7. But if you look at 16, their actual interval is 160, the lowest, to 170. And that's good, because now it will assist you in drawing it. Now using all this data, you can actually draw your what we call the curve, where you plot your values, you plot these points against its frequency. Now let me just quickly go through. It says give the interval in which the median is. Now if you look here, you've got 40, so it will be 20 plus 21 divided by 2. So I've got 7 there, 9 is 16, 16 plus 10 is 26. So my actual median is in this interval 170 to 175. Now if one looks at this, you could actually now, you need what? If you look at what you need 7 plus 9 is 16, and you need 5 more. So you need 5 over 10 plus 6 over 10, all divided by 2. You need 5 over 10, or half of that, which is fine. So even if you added 170 plus 175 divided by 2, you would have got the approximate median. Now you also now need the modal class. Now they said the mode, give the interval and write down the mode of the modal class. Now looking at the modal class, the most popular one is again 10, and that's in that, so that becomes a modal class. And so therefore you would just give they wanted to write down the mode of the modal class, you can give the midpoint, there's fine. And there's your ogive curve, which is plotted against, right, the height, and you're given the heights, and then you plot your curve according to that. So now this section is on the 5-number summaries, box and whisker plot. Now this is one of the useful ways of actually working, and you will notice here now you've got we looking at the scores that are given, and what is it? It's the stem and leaf. Now the first column, although you don't really notice it, it's the stem, and the rest of it is the leaf. So if you read this now, you read this as your tens digit, so that's 11, that's 13, this is 20, it's 27, and so on. Now, they want us to find the minimum. The minimum is the lowest, which is 11. The maximum, which is 71 there. And now we want the median. The median, there are 22 scores of the learners in the mathematics test. So the 22 scores will mean the median is the 11th, middle, divided by 2 is the 11th. And that's not the exact, if it's an odd number, then it's fine. But here it's 11th plus the 12th score divided by 2. And the 11th score, let's take it 3, and 4 is 7, and 3 is 10. 10, 11th, and the 12th. So that's 40, 40. 40 plus 40 divided by 2 is 40. So that's your median. Now, your first quartile, if you divide that by 4, you'll get 5, and then you've got a problem with the fraction there you've got. So what will happen now, your first quartile can be done like this. The 5th score plus 1/4 of the next score, 6th score minus the 5th. So your 5th score here, if you look at it, is 26 plus 1/4 of the 6th score, which is 27, minus the 5th score, which is 1. So it's 26,25. And then we're looking at the quintile 3, and that's 3/4, and that is the 16th and the 17th. So what is it now? Basically, it is 16th plus 3/4 of the 17th minus the 16th, which gives you 54.75. Draw a box and whisker plot of the above data. So what you've got now is you've got your median there, then you plot your lower quartile, you plot your upper quartile, and then you create the box. And then this is your lowest score, which is 11, and your highest score, which is 71, and you make them the whiskers. So those are box and whisker plot, and you've got the advantages of doing that box and whisker plot. The 5-number summary. This is C2 on page 90. Now if you look at the stem, and we've got the leaf on that side, and it's nicely arranged, so it's quite readable and quite fast. Now they are consider the points obtained by 43 clients of a hyperstore chain. Now the minimum, can you see the minimum is 10, so that's 2.1.1. Minimum is 10. Then they want the 2.1.2 is the quartile 1. The first quartile, 2.1.3 is the median. And the median, we've got 43 scores divided by 2 will give us 21, remainder 1. So in other words, the 22nd score is here. So we're looking at the 22nd score, which is 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15, 17, 19, 20, 21st, 22nd. And the 22nd score is 53. Quartile 1 now, if you look at, let's take the 22nd number. Now obviously the 22nd number is there. So the 22nd number is there, there must be 21 numbers before that and 21. So if I divide by 2 here, I will get, my middle number will be the 11th number. So it's 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So quartile 1 is 31. And then we want quartile 3. The quartile 3, obviously it's the 11th number, so even if I count the 11th number backwards too, it will work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that will be 66. And then the 2.1.5 says they want the maximum. The maximum would turn out to be 71, as 94. So the maximum is 94, and then now they just want us to draw the box and whisker. So just very quickly, and just to say the box and whisker, let's do it in tens, right? And so we can just plot that. So you're looking at minimum is 10, so we can go, let's say 0, 10, 20, right up to 100. Right, now obviously we want to plot your median is 53, so we will say our median is there, and first quartile 31 there, and upper quartile is 66 is there, and then now we need the whiskers, 10 is there, and 94 is there. So your box and whisker, but it would be a good idea always to write this 31 there, 53 makes it more readable, and 66, and your 10 there, and 94. So it'll give you a very good clue. Now that actually concludes the part on measures of data. It is quite a straightforward section, so you have quite a bit of information there which you can work through.